What's going on, everyone? John here, the Wolf of Ecom, and I wanted to go through a really awesome app that's going to show you if you are actually making money. You know, it's surprising because it can be a little deceiving sometimes just reading our Facebook ads data or seeing how much we spend and how much we actually collect for the day and just assuming that we're actually making money, right? Because this is one of the most common mistakes a lot of people make when they first get into dropshipping or even when they first get into business. So I want to just show you one quick example, okay? So let's say that we are talking about, the break-even point, right? So just on the ad side, let's start there real quick. Just as a quick example, sorry for Frank, my little wiener dog, rolling around in the background. You could hear him. He's probably frustrated because he hasn't been doing the math on his break-even point and he's been losing money on his store maybe. But anyways, let's go through a quick example here. So let's say we're selling something for $19.99 plus $4.99 for shipping. Right, so it's basically $25, okay? More or less $24.98. But anyways, so what we're gonna look at now, so this is our revenue for a single unit. There goes Frank right now. It's fun working at home sometimes. So there's our single unit. Let's say our cost of goods is $7, right? So now we're gonna do this simple equation. I'm going to take this number minus the cost of goods. So that's going to do minus 7. So we're all on the same page here. Minus 7 equals $18 in profit, not total net profit, just profit after the cost of goods, right? After cost of goods. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to divide 25 by 18 equals 1.38, or we'll say 1.39. So that's your break-even ROAS. Okay, so anything above 1.39, if we're just talking strictly ad spend and cost of goods, that is what you need to be at. But obviously there's going to be a couple other things such as transaction and gateway fees, right? So it's probably you want to be closer to at least 1.5, and you have to keep in mind, so let me just make some notes. You're going to have merchant fees and credit card processing, right? You're going to have fixed costs such as store, apps, etc. And then the third thing you're going to have is that Facebook under reports. So you basically need to do a ROAS almost of your own, okay? So let's say typical scenario is that let's say we spend 500 in ads. Facebook shows $1,000 in sales. So we did 2 ROAS for the day in Facebook. Well, let's say we were actually at $1,350. Let's say we're at $1,350. Okay, and this is obviously going to come from SMS and email, but also Facebook is going to underreport. It's just what happens. 10 and 20% of my sales are usually not reported, sometimes as much as 30%. It really depends on where Facebook's at. Sometimes they're a little more accurate, sometimes they're not. But then you also need to go into your apps and see what was recovered, just so we are aware. Now let's look at this awesome app that you're going to freaking love. Okay, it's called True Profit. I'm going to do a quick setup with it for one of our coaching clients. So to get this app, you'll need to go to trueprofit.io. I've got a coupon code in the description with this video. It's going to give you a 30-day free trial, not just a 14-day free trial like the app actually comes with, right? So this is where you'll get it. You'll just use my code, and once you go into the app, you'll be able to add the code. All right, so once you open it, it's very simple. And the reason why I love this app over Order Metrics, for example, it's basically the same exact thing, except this is a flat rate app. So it's going to cost you $20, regardless of if you do $10,000 in a day or $100,000 in a day. All right, so Order Metrics actually scales up their pricing the higher in revenue you go. So this is why it's so much better, okay? So for this, you just need to know where you typically do your markup. Let's say you do like a 3x markup. So maybe you wanna do 30% or like 33%, right? But what I personally do is I only update the cost of goods for the products that I'm actually selling and scaling, right? So if I'm testing, let's say a weenie mug, if you watch my videos, you know I love this weenie mug, okay? So if I'm selling this weenie mug, I'll manually punch in the cost of goods. Everything else I'll just leave at the standard percentage because most people probably aren't gonna buy it, right? Next thing you're gonna need to do here, for example, I use a external gateway, right? So 3.5%. I don't attach to the store. I do it within an app, so there's no additional 1%. And then Shopify payments, I'm on, I believe for this one, either 2.9 or 2.7. Okay, cool. So you just set up your gateways. That's good to go. It's going to calculate everything together, okay? And then you'll want to hit start importing, okay? Go to dashboard, and this will not be accurate yet because we haven't manually updated our cost of goods, okay? And we also need to make sure we add our Facebook accounts. So we'll go here. And one thing you need to remember, well, two things you need to remember. Every time you add a new product that you're scaling and testing, you manually want to put in your cost of goods, okay? And then the second thing is that every time you use different ad accounts, you need to go back through this process that we're doing right now, and you need to add the additional ad account, okay? So it's gonna give me an option of which ad accounts I wanna use. I'm only gonna check the ones that I'm actively using. So it's really cool. So I can actually set this app up for each store I have, so I can see an individual breakdown of the profits for each one, okay? Just make sure I got them all. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna go, that's it for this, okay? So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into COGS or cost of goods, and you will manually want to update the product that you're actually selling. Like if I look at it right now, I'm estimating maybe a higher amount than what I'm actually, the other thing you need to do also is update your shipping. So it's gonna default to a shipping fee. I actually calculate the shipping within my cost of goods. So I don't want that. I want this to be $0. And the reason why, this is just personally how we do it, since we're doing drop shipping, we're not actually, fulfilling out of the US for a lot of our current products. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build into our costs, like our product costs that we punch in manually, which I'll show you here in our COGS. This is where we're actually going to, let's say I'm scaling this product, right? I want to change, and let's see, here we go. So we get edit the cost of goods, right? So maybe this is actually $3. Right? And that's going to change all my numbers, especially if I'm selling a couple, 100 or a couple thousand units of this every day. That extra $1 or $2 is going to make a marginal, but a significant difference too. So basically all you do is very easy from this point. You would just type in, and there we go. So I would actually just open up the product that I'm selling and update the variant COGS here. Remember, if you're selling something, right? So like typically with what I teach, if you haven't seen already, make sure to check out our 4-day launch program, which you can see by clicking the link with this video down below. It's a 4-day process to help you create a store that converts, find winning products, and then test and scale them profitably, okay? So if you're struggling with any of that, that is the perfect way to start for just a couple bucks, okay? It's not gonna be some overpriced the $100 or $1,000 course that a lot of these gurus are slinging, okay? So typically what I do is for 1 unit, for like the low ticket stuff, you're gonna pay, $3 for shipping plus $2 for cost of goods. 2 units is going to be $3 for shipping plus maybe even 2 plus, maybe they give you a break and it's only $1.90 on that second unit. And then 3 units is going to be $3 for shipping plus 2 plus $1.90. And then maybe that third unit, you get an additional savings, right? So this is huge because what this means for you is that your margin grows, and you can also pass that savings on to the consumer to incentivize them to buy more than one unit, which is, in my opinion, the best way to win in e-commerce, okay? Going back here, obviously we need to clean all this up. Like, I don't even know what this is gonna show in a second, but like, let's say like yesterday, for example, just on the store saying we made $852 in profit. That's not accurate at all. The Facebook ads data just hasn't pulled in. It will, but that's it, guys. The main thing you need to do, just make sure your ad accounts are pulling everything in, and then also make sure that you are manually updating and plugging in your cost of goods for everything as well. Anytime you add a new ad account, you need to do it as well, okay? You should only have to do the merchants and the transaction fees once. You should only have to do the shipping adjustments and the average cost of goods once, okay? So take all that in mind, guys. And as a reminder, we're running a special right now, still on our 4-day launch program, which you can check out by clicking the link with this video. That's gonna show you how to basically do anything you need to do if you're looking to just get started in e-commerce and dropshipping, or if you've been going for a while, but you're really struggling, right, to get results. So we're offering a major discount. It gives you the nuts and bolts of what's in our full course, okay? But it's gonna help you get going in 4 days and getting faster and closer to actually being profitable, okay? So have a great day, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.